Yeah, he's the real deal.
Yeah. Funny dude, too.
This has been the Punisher, Jermaine.
Oh, I like him to when you bring a puppy.
He looks quite heavier.
Yeah, well, his opponent was definitely 10 kilos. But he did a great job of just moving, scoring, moving.
This is
Very impressive. First fight too. Carl Sullivan.
He's going to be putting that one on his Facebook, his Instagram, everything he can. Bigger and certainly hit a lot harder.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
Russian took it to him.
Can the Punisher stick around? Noticeably a lot smaller.
Ripping in shots, we were hearing them from the other side of the ring apron. So look for that with Carl Sullivan on the left of your screen there. Benny Ajamian with the beard and a bit of a Kyokushin feeling out process, which is essentially punching each other in the stomach for the first 20 seconds of the round.
It's good to.
So what we're hearing is that these two are training partners and they've trained together since they were teenagers. So this could be very interesting. We were just talking before about you having to fight Mark Saraceno, which didn't eventuate on this particular night. How is it different fighting a mate versus someone you really want to gal
Yeah,
up?
100%. I had to fight my training partner and good mate Got once in Wollongong, and I had no problem ripping into him, but he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it.
He's too nice.
You don't have the same intent
Yeah.
as you usually would. You've got sport in the background, and you've got a job to do. So obviously you get out there and get it done, but there's not enough intent. As you see these boys sticking right on each other and trying to drive those punches through the sternum.
There's virtually no kicking in this first round. And you can see that they have trained together. Now that you start to unpick their styles, there's a very definite way of striking to the body. But I mean, you wouldn't be fun. Everyone's wanting to punch Sarah at one point in their life.
You can punch him a million times too, he doesn't even blink.
He's a brick. Jeez, he used to hit hard for his size too, eh? I used to go down to the gym at Boontree and you'd hear thud. Who's that? It's this 60-kilo kid. He was a big puncher.
Both boys just happy to trade big punches there, as you see from Sullivan.
Loves a body shot. Ajamian now trying to circle away from that right hand. Bit of respect there. There's no trash talking on the way back to the corner of Kyokushin.
No, and a tough one to pull apart. Both boys did. They got in there, feeling out process, and were striking towards the body, trying to get those body shots in and the outside leg kicks, but we haven't seen the highlight reel spin and heel kicks. We see them just ripping into each other's bodies, walking each other down, cutting angles, and just driving those punches in.
But it's that respect.
Ultimate respect.
And a rain-soaked rundown from me. Carl Sullivan pushing forward there, seeing some knees now. Reminder, folks, with this being Kyokushin, it is full contact bare knuckle, but there's no striking in the hand to the head. So if you ever think, if you're a traditional Muay Thai boxing fan, you think, why aren't they punching each other in the face? That's why. Not allowed to strike above the shoulder line with the hands. But they are allowed, as Carl Sullivan showed in his last fight, to plant a spinning heel kick on the opponent's neck. So interesting, he hasn't gone up high with that because he had a lot of success.
Yeah, look at the speed. And he's just
And he turns away. Will that be a count? That would, you'd think that's a count. Yep.
He's got to give him a count. Just a lot of pressure, a lot of speed from the Punisher.
How's the fitness on Benny Ajamian? How's the fitness on him? He has just fought like a sewing machine for the, just bang. Tightens up there. Sullivan is probably thinking, I really need to get back on the judge's card.
Yeah, not happy with the count. See some heel strikes again. And some low kicks just chopping away. Is the Punisher. We might see something here, Bex.
I think so. I think we're probably seeing the first time someone's nickname's actually, matched up with how they fight. And he's just gone to town on that lead leg of Sullivan. We didn't expect it because we hadn't seen it, but he's just been going flat stick as Ajamian.
And Sullivan in a huge fight opening round, so probably carrying through some injuries. Definitely on that outside leg. as we see the Punisher wearing some body shots and just chopping on the outside.
But those body shots don't have near the starch that they did from Sullivan in that first round. And Adjamian, he'd know this. They've trained together, and he'd be going, that's not what all you've got. You are hurting. So he'd be pretty confident going to your corner if you're Benny Adjamian right now, wouldn't you?
Definitely. He's chopped away. He's got a count. He's ahead on points. A lot of quick, fast attacks. And caught Sullivan. And now we suspect that his back leg's hurt. Will Adjamian keep going for that back leg?
I think he will, and he kind of has to, because the one thing, Sullivan showed us two things in terms of if you were analysing him from his last fight. We can sort of see what Adjamian does here quite well. But Sullivan can kick high and kick hard, and he can punch the body hard.
Yeah.
Right, so, and what Adjamian's done is taken out.
I'm liking the nimbleness.
Yes.
The quick strikes of Adjamian.
Will the Punisher get it done? Carl Sullivan tries to close and find some range. He's got to be thinking where his mind going to come from, and he's got a little bit of that starch back. And tries the axe kick and the spinning back kick.
Big, powerful body shots, as we're used to seeing from Sullivan.
Surely he's got to whip out that spinning heel kick. It was so good for him. Landed a couple on the Russian in his preliminary bout. Good knee work. It's one thing, and again, I'm an amateur at this sport. They seem to allow contact a lot more than, say, a Muay Thai fighter. If you saw me come in to punch you, you would parry more so than move.
I think that just knowing it's not coming up to your head, you can walk forward and your body's, you know, if it's hard enough,
Tuck
you
your
can
elbows.
Yeah, tuck your elbows in, and you see Sullivan just charging forward.
Yeah, he's got 48 seconds to turn this one around as Carl Sullivan, and he is really loading up those shots again, but he's got to be hurting because Benny Adjamian has been all over him in this fight.
Yeah, Benny just wearing those body shots. You can see arms up. Coming back with the low kick of his own.
Good block too. He really just turtles up. And you know, he's such a small guy compared to Carl Sullivan that he really reduces his amount of surface area, Benny Adjamian. He does that well.
And just clubbing in. Sullivan screaming at both boys, just
7 to go.
Forward.
I love this. Oh, I love this. The crowd is going crazy. Spinning heel kick to finish from Sullivan. Oh, they've made a lot of new fans tonight, haven't they, the Kyokushin community?
Definitely, and a tough one. A lot of pressure there from Sullivan in the end. That's a tough one to call. He did get the count.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be enough for Adjamian to just sneak away with the win.
Either way, these two men, having trained together, they really didn't hold back. They've trained together since they were teenagers, and you can see a lot of the highlights. Sullivan, after a good rest, was able to load back up and show that power that he possesses. But a number of these shots are just landing on shoulders and on muscles. They're not really hitting anywhere that hurts at this stage. And Adjamian just has that ability to just pest. Just great to see it. And I reckon the likes of the, you know, as I said, the Chris Bradfords, the Sam Grecos, the Mark Castanenis would be salivating watching this.
Yeah, definitely. It's good to see. Been well
After 3 rounds
Well accepted by the crowd.
Action, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision, where we find a unanimous decision winner and your champion, fighting out of the red corner,
Benny
the Punisher,
Adjamian gets it done. The Punisher is our Kyokushin champion here at the Infliction Fight Series. I got to say, I got no problems with that decision, Dan.
No, he deserved it. You know, very tough fight, both fights, and
neither of us picked it. I honestly thought he was going to have a hell of a lot of trouble.
yeah, and you know, Sullivan, great fight. The second fight, come into his own, and yeah, very close. But there's got to be one winner, and he's deserved it tonight. The Punisher.
That concludes our karate program for tonight. Still a number of